Hey guys, how's it going? This is Certified Security Guard. So I've always been into like criminology, right? The deviant mindset of how it works. And I want to know, is there a need for psychopaths in this industry? Now, what inspired me to do this video was I've always forget because his channel is so long. The name of his channel, Private Investigation, Sean, right? Sean from Private Investigation. He mentioned it wasn't a video about psychopaths, but he did bring up the traits that some law enforcement do have, and I wanted to hear more about it. So this was like months ago. So I want to know, what about the security industry? Is it needed? Do we need these sort of traits in security, including law enforcement? Do we need psychopaths in law enforcement? Do they serve a purpose, right? And I've heard mixed views on it. I've heard that they do serve a role as far as they take risks. They don't crack under pressure. They're unlikely the ones to commit suicide throughout their career. We hear that the suicide rates are pretty high in law enforcement. The ones that are psychopathic, you don't have to worry about them committing suicide, right? The medical field, politicians, corporations, we hear about these traits in those fields. But what about security? And do they serve a purpose? Do psychopathic traits serve a purpose in the security industry? And it's funny, I remember asking my brother this question a while back, right? Because he went to school for law enforcement. And I asked him, man, so who would you rather have on your side, right? A sociopath as a partner or a psychopath? So yeah, it was a tough answer, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough question, and it was tough to even answer it. So we're trying to figure out, me and my brother, like, damn, who would be, okay, oh man, a sociopath, they're quite, manipulative, they'll manipulate you and throw you under the bus, but, at least they have feelings, right? So, I'm getting off track now. So, oh man, I get off track. Forgive me. What was I going to say? Oh man, I get off track. Do you think there is a need for those sort of traits in this profession? Me personally, I don't think there's a need for it. Maybe if you're like maybe if you're like a private contractor, right? Because that is, it's security. A lot of private contractors, I know they're not supposed to be in the same room as a security guard. We don't even call them security guards, right? Even though they do guard something, right? So, but it is security. But, you also get a lot of problems with that, right? Because psychopaths are too unpredictable. So I don't think it's needed for the security industry. And the reason why is because, I feel like you have to have passion doing this job. You have to be able to care. Because I've worked with people that do not care. Like they have no, like it's almost like they have no, like they don't have a soul. And I don't feel like it works. I don't feel like those type of traits work well in this profession. I don't think it even works well in law enforcement. I could be wrong. I mean, if you have a psychopath that is really great at pretending and, you know, mimicking human emotions, and if he can keep that going throughout his shift, then hey, you know, I guess it works, right? But again, you know, I feel like you need that real, genuine human emotion. And yeah, I feel, you know, security guard channel, you know, he talks about, you know, having a lot of empathy, right? So I think in this profession, you do need to have empathy, and it needs to be real. So yeah, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Is there a need for psychopaths in this industry, or should they not even be allowed to work in this industry? You know, let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' answers.